Hi, my name is Mary. Today FM plays the best music in Lambasa. Today FM rocks.
My name is Thomas. I'm here in Nakasi and I like to listen to Today FM because it rocks.
My name is Milenia. Today FM rocks here in Singatoka.
My name is Alfripi and Today FM rocks here in Tavua.
My name is Mary Jane. I love listening to Today FM here in Ba. Today FM rocks.
My name is Ilay Tiambal and I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks here in Osur.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
In the news tonight, AG quashes opposition's claims of an election budget. SEDELPA reveals why remaining names are unannounced. And Homes Care program to wrap up this week.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Jackie Spate.
Opposition claims of an election budget has been quashed by the Minister of Economy and Attorney General Ayaz Said Qayyum. Said Qayyum says the 2018-2019 budget is family-focused, and yet some opposition members are using it to sensationalize issues. Ali Kimbia with the story.
In rural areas especially, we still have
2 days after the 2018 and 2019 budget announcement, claims of a vote-buying budget came pouring in.
I say that it's like the Minister for the Economy embracing Fiji with one hand and holding a dagger in the other.
It is an election budget, and we have to look at what it really means for the people on the ground.
Said Qayyum says these comments made by opposition members regarding the budget shows that they are politically desperate.
So they are clutching at straws, trying to sort of, pick at things. And frankly, it's a desperation. And I think politically they're very desperate.
According to Fiji Times, NFP leader Professor Biman Prasad said that the budget was a desperate attempt by government to lure the interest of the people. However, Said Qayyum says Prasad is always politicizing issues.
You see, he doesn't know what he's talking about also. Last year he said it was an election budget. This year he said an election budget. The year before that they said it's some other budget. You see, the fact is that these people, as we've said, aren't able to extricate themselves from politics.
Despite critics from opposition members about the budget, the Minister for Economy has stated that the Fiji First government will continue to deliver what matters for all Fijians. Ali Kimbia, FBC News.
The Social Democratic Liberal Party has revealed why the 6 names of their remaining proposed candidates were not announced. During their annual general meeting in Lautoka yesterday, 45 names were announced, but the 6 will be revealed at a later date. However, party leader Sitiveni Rambuka says revealing the names of the individuals will contradict their work, as they are currently part of some government organizations. Rambuka says they will announce the 6 names when the time is right.
Some of them can be victimized, probably working with some government organizations or close to government organizations, and it'll compromise their position as servants of the government to be seen as being political.
A provisional candidate of a political party was taken in for questioning by police for his alleged involvement in a rape case. Police confirmed this, saying that the 66-year-old dentist of Nandi was arrested last week for allegedly raping a 53-year-old woman in her home in Asinu. It is alleged the suspect, who is related to the victim, had asked to rest at the victim's home after attending a wedding in Suva. After 9 p.m. on the day of the alleged incident, the suspect turned up at the victim's residence and asked if he could sleep at her home as he was tired. It is alleged that the victim was inside her home when the suspect knocked on her bedroom door and forced himself on her. Naisoro says that it is alleged that the man assaulted her before raping her. The victim later managed to free herself and locked herself in the bathroom, where she would raise the alarm. The man is admitted at the CWM hospital as he complained of body pains. Investigations continue. A budget of $15.5 million was allocated to the Ministry of Disaster Management and Meteorological Services from the 2018-2019 national budget. Minister responsible, Ines Seruratu, has welcomed the new allocation, saying this will assist them in their operations, especially in areas of climate awareness and disaster relief. Kelly Vadala reports.
Our livelihood, culture and the nation's economy are vulnerable to the devastating impacts of changing climate, and government in its new budget has ensured this will be addressed.
The role played by Meteorological Services and National Disaster Management Office is very, very critical. Very technical ministries, We need to build the capacity. We need to look at the new technologies that are available so that we can effectively deliver our services as well.
The Minister for Economy says Fiji continues to incorporate climate resilience, sustainability and environmental conservation in all facets of development.
This year, government will spend $650 million on climate adaptation and mitigation efforts. From stronger schools to seawalls, from sustainable energy to flood-resistant waterways, we're going all out to ensure the Fijian economy is engineered to weather any storm.
Meanwhile, $99,000 has been allocated for multimedia publication awareness programs, $460,000 for upgrade of outer island stations, and $370,000 for the installation of water level and rainfall telemetry equipment. Kelly Vathala, FBC News.
The Homes Care program will wrap up next week with around 4,500 more Fijians expected to receive the assistance. Permanent Secretary for the Ministry of Social Welfare, Dr. Josefa Koroivueta, says so far more than 61,000 families have been assisted under the government initiative, which has targeted those Fijians affected by Tropical Cyclone Josie and Kenny. Close to $69 million has been dispersed under the Homes Care program, which distributes M-Pesa cards topped up with funds ranging from $1,000 to $7,000.
We've just left with one sweep of Nandi. There's 4,500 clients waiting. And we hope with the permission of the Ministry of Economy, we'll be able to do that and finish it off next week.
Still to come, more than 1,000 FMPF members to increase contributions. And in our successful Fijian segment tonight, we look at a couple who started their business from Mbure. Stay with us.
Bula, nevang gomal kay leloma, ngongai nakas untuk makarong ng Bula FM, nambang dua na seri.
Hoya o basit sai sa Lambasa, ya untuk talita na warong ng Bula FM, nambang dua na seri.
Guya do tumeli ako na tao no hinga toka, talita kina na warong ng Bula FM, nambang dua na seri.
Warong tunga ng Bula FM, nambang dua na seri namuan.
Nevang go fane na tao no go singa toka, kita untuk talita kana Bula FM, nambang dua na seri.
Bula FM, nambang dua na seri.
1,797 Fiji National Provident Fund members have opted to increase their contributions to the fund. Chief Executive Chochi Koroi welcomed this decision made by many, saying these members will reap the benefits after retiring. Savara Tambor reports.
FNPF members can contribute up to 12% of their wages to the fund.
There's a form that you can fill and liaise directly with your payroll office, and they can fill and make payments direct to your account. I think compulsory deductions is the most effective way to save for most of us, and you will be surprised at the rate that you can accumulate your savings when you increase your contributions.
Koroi says members can make a choice whether to keep the money in preserved or general account. Members can check their balance with the fund at any time.
Workers has the right to, during first month of employment or first pay, the right to ask the employer and the deductions and come and check with FNPF on their account.
As at 30th June 2018, 825 members signed up for additional contribution and have contributed more than $990,000. In the 2017 financial year, 543 members signed up for additional contributions, while 429 signed up in the 2016 financial year. Sabera Tambua, FBC News.
In a bid to continue global branding initiatives, $29.78 million has been allocated for Tourism Fiji for marketing. The allocation will ensure Fiji remains a top holiday destination and maintains its growth to foster sustainable development for the industry. Kritika Kumar reports.
The ministry is constantly engaging with industry stakeholders, including Fiji Airways, to have more source markets for tourism arrivals.
We are growing, but growing doesn't mean just opening up the skies. It just means growing sustainably. We need to have the necessary inventory for even more flights to come in.
The Fiji Hotel and Tourism Association president says he is satisfied with the allocation and is positive that it will make a good impact on the economy.
We still need the allocation to market Fiji internationally, and that's the best organization, that's Tourism Fiji, to drive the awareness and marketing of Fiji internationally.
Meanwhile, $1.5 million turnover threshold has been imposed for businesses currently paying service turnover tax and environment and climate adaptation levy. This threshold was aligned to the $1.5 million for restaurants. Kritika Kumar, FBC News.
The people of Vanua Levu are urged to support the Nduavata Northern Crime Prevention Carnival 2018. It's the only such carnival in the country and is a joint effort by police and the community to promote better relations and reduce crime. Eleanor Tarangaivu reports.
The Nduavata Northern Crime Prevention Carnival helps raise awareness on crime and assists the vulnerable in the community.
Ladies and gentlemen, let us support this worthy cause, which had started about 6 years ago in 2012, so that we can retain the peace and harmony that the friendly North is known for.
With the continual increase in crime throughout the country, the people of the Northern Division have been urged to help make our community a safe haven for our children.
Once our beautiful Fiji was coined as the way the world should be, it's no more the safe haven that our mothers and fathers enjoy in the past.
This year, there are 31 contestants competing in 5 categories: the Princess category, Teens category, Queens category, Kings category, and the Priscillas. Each will advocate on issues that affect them.
In this year's Digital Northern Nduavata Crime Prevention Carnival 2018, I'll be advocating on suicide. In this year's Digital Northern Nduavata Crime Prevention Carnival 2018, I'll be advocating on the topic rape. Northern Nduavata Crime Prevention Carnival 2018, I'll be advocating on teenage pregnancy.
My advocacy message is trans violence. Thank you.
Proceeds from the carnival will go towards adding more CCTV cameras in Lambasa town to help deter crime. 12 have already been installed. Eleanor Turangaivu, FBC News.
Always start slowly and small. This is the advice of an elderly couple who owns a homestay in Rukuruku Levuka. In our successful Fijian segment tonight, we take a look at a couple who started their homestay from a very tiny place and is now well known to tourists arriving in Levuka. Ana Ravulo with their story.
Successful Fijians is brought to you by the Fiji Development Bank, your partner in progress.
Starting any business is not always easy. As a matter of fact, it's hard. And for this couple, it all began from one bure and planting kava.
We started off with planting kava when we first came, because the price and the kava price and the kava was really a big boost to the Fiji government in exporting it overseas. So we were one of the sellers to export kavas. So
but then the disaster happened.
Yeah.
Europe, especially Germany, banned kava, and the price dropped from 30, I think, to $8 a kilo. And we were sitting here and said, oh, we can't live from that anymore. And then we were thinking about it. This is a beautiful place. It's a gold mine. We should make any money out of it.
The couple's business is also the first one to have a license for ecotourism.
Yeah, we started off slowly. Apart from Fijian bures, we had facilities that people could stay on. So we said, oh, we look into introducing ecotourism to Fiji.
Setting up the business got underway, and bookings back then wasn't the usual pick up the phone and book a room.
Bookings, they were really funny. It was in the Lonely Planet, actually, that every Saturday morning from 10 to 12, I ran with my first big mobile phone right up to the mountain as a place where we could catch the signal. And then I answered booking questions. That's how we started.
In trying to expand their horizon in tourism, the couple took a trip to Samoa to create ideas of flourishing their business.
We took a trip to the Samoan Islands, to Upolu and Savai for 2 weeks. We tried to broaden our tourism look, the outlook of Fiji. So we managed to sleep in some fales, these traditional Samoan houses that don't have any doors or windows or don't even have any coverings. So I got the idea of building one here.
However, there were a lot of challenges faced, but patience kept them going.
But the most challenging thing is patience. Because in Fiji, if you can't get anything done, the same time you push it. You have to have patience with it. And, with the way we live here, if you can change that, people can go forward. But that's the Pacific way. You got to have patience, then you get what you want to do. You can't just rush into things.
To achieve anything in life, Bobo says that it only takes hard work and focus, and you'll be on your way to achieving your dream. Ana Ravulo, FBC News.
Successful Fijians is brought to you by the Fiji Development Bank, your partner in progress.
Ahead in sports, no more Messi and Ronaldo at the World Cup. And Nandronga hopes to improve before the semis.
Lola, I am Eleanor. For the best classic hits, I only listen to Gold FM here in Singatoka. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Seni Rawa. I love listening to Gold FM here in Nosuri. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Dino. I'm from Outrigger, Coral Coast, Singatoka. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Salote. I love listening to Gold FM here in Nosuri. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Bula, my name is Marida. Gold FM plays the best classics here in Outrigger, Singatoka.
Messi and Ronaldo's FIFA World Cup campaign came to an end when their teams failed to progress to the quarterfinals. Argentina was beaten 4-3 by France, while Uruguay defeated Portugal 2-1 in the last 16 round this morning. Vashnil Prasad reports.
The tournament favourites France was up against Lionel Messi and the Argentina side in the first match of the knockout stages. The game kept every fan on the edge of their seats, with France beating Argentina 4-3 and Kylian Mbappe stealing the show.
First blood, France. Di Maria. Oh, what a goal! What a strike! On that famous left foot, deflected and in. Who've stayed in so far. Pavard. Oh, how about that? On the turn there was Matuidi and Mbappe. Helped on here. Mbappe's got another one.
When Messi and his side was confirmed to be out of the tournament, it was time for Cristiano Ronaldo and the Portugal team to produce something special. They were up against Uruguay and it was all an instant Cavani show.
Well, dangerous cross, Cavani! Silva's shot, the deflection for a corner. Pepe has done it! Fell kindly Fernandez. 4-on-3 for a moment here. Cavani! Brilliant!
Messi and Ronaldo's dream of winning the World Cup now remains as a dream.
It's emotional. There are no words to describe this moment. I'm so happy. Look at how the people are reacting. We are happy. I felt great. Same for my teammates. We knew we could do great things together. We struggled during the group stages, but we had a complete performance against a big team.
Uruguay now proceeds to the quarterfinal and plays France next Saturday. Vashnil Prasad, FBC Sports.
Spain take on Russia tomorrow in their knockout match. Despite being the favourites against their opponents tomorrow, Spain has never beaten a host nation in the World Cup.
Spain have already overcome several hurdles during their stay in Russia. The shock departure of Julen Lopetegui on the eve of the tournament cast doubt over their chances. Victory in their opening game was snatched from them by you-know-who. Diego Costa spared their blushes against Iran, and an injury-time goal from Iago Aspas saved them from defeat against Morocco. La Roja still went through as group winners and stretched their unbeaten run to 23 games, but their performances at these finals have attracted criticism from those watching back home. Blocking Spain's path to the quarter-finals are the host Russia, who'll be roared on by a vociferous support at the Luzhniki. Marco Asensio says they're bracing themselves for a stern examination.
We'll have to approach the game as a final for us. It's win or go home. We know that if we produce a good display, play well and implement everything that we've worked on over the last few days, we can do well and beat Russia to get through to the quarter-finals.
And as the team arrived in Moscow, coach Fernando Hierro was quick to point out that they have to tighten up defensively.
Football is a game of errors, and the person who makes the least amount wins. We must not make mistakes.
Spain are yet to beat the hosts of a major tournament in 8 previous attempts, losing 7.
Russia will be out to create history when it takes on former FIFA World Cup champion Spain tomorrow. The side has already created history by being the first Russian side to go past the pool play in the World Cup.
After all the doom and gloom before the tournament, Russia have defied expectation and reached the knockout stages for the first time as a separate nation. The hosts overcame both Saudi Arabia 5-0 and Egypt 3-1 to finish runners-up in Group A, an excellent achievement considering they were the lowest-ranked team in the tournament. A 3-0 defeat to Uruguay dampened expectations, but not the feel-good factor of the country.
It's really nice that the whole country, even those who don't watch football, have caught this football bug.
They now face the formidable opponent of 2010 world champion Spain. The two sides last met in a friendly back in November, a match that ended 3-3, but the Russians are under no illusions about the task ahead of them.
We haven't been the only ones to experience this in the world, so we know what awaits us. The thing is, against such a team, a solution has to be found.
Russian winger Denis Cherchev plies his trade in Spain, but in the Luzhniki Stadium, there'll be no split loyalties.
I think that for us tomorrow there has to be joy for the fans, the team and for everyone to enjoy the match. We have to give 200% to beat Spain, and we know that.
If they do pick up a famous win, then dreams of World Cup glory could become reality.
It was not a night for Fiji-born Highlanders and all-black winger Waisake Naholo in his 50th test for his Super Rugby club against Chiefs at the ANZ Stadium in Suva last night. Naholo and the Highlanders were thumped 45-17 by smart-looking Chiefs side. Vashnil Prasad reports.
Waisake Naholo's 50th game for Highlanders and his first appearance in front of the home crowd was the main attention in the game last night.
Sharon Angel. What a proud moment in front of his family.
Only until when the match started and Chiefs robbed in 6 tries to lead 45-0 at the halftime mark.
Special night tonight for Wise, and disappointed that we couldn't make it a better performance for him, but I just think it was special that we got to come to Fiji for him to play his 50th. Wise is so professional in what he does, and that's what he's brought to our environment.
The Naholo show was over when he limped off the field in the second half.
But he's certainly been the pin-up boy for this game, but it just hasn't gone the way of his team.
But it looked like Chiefs had already settled the game in the first 45 minutes.
It's a real critical game for us, where we sit in our conference, and also the first game back from the June window, so it was great to start so well and to get 4 points for sure.
Highlanders played a catch-up rugby and managed to bag 22 points in the second spell. Chiefs finally defeated Highlanders 45-22 in his third visit to Fiji. Vashnil Prasad, FBC Sports.
Prime Minister Vurengam Bainimarama says Fiji has achieved a lot since the Super Rugby Games have been played in the country. Speaking at the after-match function between the Highlanders and the Chiefs, Bainimarama thanked the two teams for coming to Fiji and playing one of their crucial matches at the ANZ Stadium in Suva. He says Fiji has been marketed well internationally by hosting Super Rugby Games.
The international viewing audience has grown by 18%. To more than 2.4 million viewers. And Fiji's total exposure to the global television audience amounts to more than 151 hours. A wonderful promotion for Fijian rugby and a wonderful promotion for Fijian tourism.
Skipper Cup defending champions Nandronga has booked a place in the semi-final after edging Rewa 38-31 in its final round-robin match. Nandronga joins table leader Suva, Naitasiri and Namosi in the semi-final, which will be played in the coming weekend. Vashnil Prasad reports.
The experienced Nandronga side was taken to wire in its final Skipper Cup match against the competition's debutants Rewa at Radutakambau Park in Nausori. Despite the win, Nandronga veteran Setefano Samoda believes there is still a lot to work on ahead of the semis.
We are trying really hard. We'll go now, we'll enjoy our weekend and come back Monday, and the coaches will set up a game plan.
Rewa missed the cut after finishing 5th on the table, but for coach Aliveretti Dovivarata, it has been an outstanding season for the team.
It's got to be a game of our game of the season, and yeah, we learn from from this game and the games this season moving forward to next year.
Lock 26 all in the second half. The Stallions prop. Some others says they were really put to test against their opponents.
Definitely, Real was really tough. We expected Real to be tough as they were playing well in the competition. But I'm thankful to the boys, they stick to the game plan.
Suva finishes on top of the table with 29 points, followed by Nandronga and Naitasiri on 23 points each and Namosi on 22. The semi-final will be held in the coming weekend. Vashnil Prasad, FBC Sports.
A high-pressure system to the far south of the Fiji group directs a strong southeast wind flow over the group. Looking at the west, mostly cloudy and humid with temperatures soaring in the 30s. Eastwards from Pack Harbor to Suva, cloudy day for most areas and cool one as well. And up in Vanuatu, mostly fine weather prevailed but with cloudy conditions. At sea, rough to very rough seas, moderate to heavy southeast swells. For the tides, the next low tide is at 8:30 p.m. with the high tide at 1:24 a.m. Sunrise is at 6:38. Outlook for tomorrow, it's cloudy periods with brief showers over the eastern parts and the interior of the larger islands. And looking further on to Tuesday, cloudy periods with some showers and possible thunderstorms. Recapping the main stories for tonight, AG quashes opposition's claims of an election budget. SODELPA reveals why remaining names are unannounced. And Homes Care program to wrap up this week. Now for these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. To our poll question this week, we're asking, should the recent drug bust serve as a warning to would-be traffickers? Visit our FBC website to answer. Remember, you can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email fbcnews@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. You can also follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news or simply hashtag FBC News. That was your FBC News for tonight. From the team and I, have a safe and enjoyable evening. Bye for now.
Hi, I'm Jyotishma. I'm from Singatoka. I love listening to Mirchi FM. Mirchi FM is hot.
Mirchi FM is #1.
I'm Charlene Robert. Mirchi FM rocks in Lambasa.
I'm Soname Nasori Jackson. Mirchi FM is hot.
My name is Raymond Dutt. I'm in Baba Singh Alliance. Mirchi FM is hot in Lambasa.
I'm Pritika from Jax Nasori. I love listening to Mirchi FM here in Nasori. Mirchi FM is hot.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.